Hi there, YouTubers. Pat Prepper here. Today I'm gonna make the first part of a two-part video, and what this video is gonna demonstrate is how to handle and restrain a small dog. The second video will be about big dogs. So a couple of the holds that I'm going to teach you will hopefully make your grooming experience a lot more pleasant. So the first technique I'm going to show you is going to take two people, and the first person is going to hold, the second person is going to do the grooming. So what you want to do is put your dog on your lap and sit either on a stool or a chair. I like to use a stool so the other person has room to work. And put your dog in your lap, and what you want to do is wrap your arm around the dog's neck. And you're not going to be putting pressure on the neck itself because that would cut off his airway. But what this does is the skull and the jawbone are on this side of your arm, and he's not going to be able to pull back and pull his head out from your hold. So chances are, because this is a hold for dogs that won't tolerate grooming, so chances are this dog would normally have a muzzle on. So what your other arm is going to do is it's going to be put behind the dog's butt so he can't squirt out the backside and fall on the floor. And this hand, you just put it behind the armpit, and you put a little bit of pressure, and it kind of locks the dog's leg in place. And you don't want to put too much pressure because that would hurt the dog. But this is going to prevent the dog from pulling back and forth and making it dangerous when you're doing things like clipping nails or whatnot. So I'm going to show you the hold, and the other person can do grooming. Now when they're going to work on the back feet, you just kind of sit the dog up, and that person can lift the dog's leg back, and it just makes it a lot more easy, and you get done a lot quicker than struggling with your dog. So the second hold I'm going to show you, I have to move my camera here, so bear with me, is also going to require two people, and maybe more. And this is just a lateral hold. And what you want to do is you want to lay your dog down on its side with the feet away from you. Make sure I got him in the frame here. This is actually Earl's favorite way to be groomed, so this is really easy. A lot of times the dog will be struggling. And you're going to do the same thing with your arm. Put it on the dog's neck. Like I said, don't put pressure on the throat or the neck itself. And your hand is going to hold the lower leg, the lower front leg. Your back hand is going to hold both of the two back legs. And you can actually use your arms or your body to secure the dog to the counter. And okay, now the third method I'm going to show you is, let me get him on the frame here, is just basically, this is more for one person, especially if you're working all alone and your dog tends to sit down a lot, and it just makes for a longer process. What you want to do is have two nooses. You can use the same hook to hook them up to. You don't have to have two hooks on your counter. So I've got my grooming mat, my noose, a way to secure the noose, and the dog. And you'll just want to put the second noose around the dog's waist. Now, Earl is a male dog, so you want to make sure that the noose is far forward enough so you don't hurt him. And you hook it up, and it prevents your dog from sitting down. So this makes it really easy for doing things like clipping toenails and scooping out pads and whatnot. So it also makes it really easy to work on the whole dog itself. So that's the third one. Now the fourth one I'm going to show you. Now my two dogs are the only dogs I'm going to use for demonstration. So we'll just have to pretend that Earl has a lot of facial hair. So this works really good for dogs that have a lot of facial hair, like Shih Tzus, Bichons, Yorkies, whatnot. And you want to work around the eyes, and you want to have a really good hold on the dog's face so that he doesn't pull away from you or you end up cutting the dog. So what I do is I hang on to the chin here, and that way I have a lot of control. It only takes a few times and your dog will get used to it, and You know, the first couple times he might fight with you or whatever, but what I really think about that technique is that you can feel through your arm if the dog is going to move. And you want to know exactly when to clip or when not to clip or snip with your scissors. So that's kind of a safety technique I use for grooming. This is a pet prepper.